Hey everybody, welcome back to Magic Orthodoxy. My name's David and this is a Magic Review. Hey, today we're going to look at Absolute Zero from SansMinds. What is Absolute Zero? Well, basically this is a device that allows you to freeze metal objects right inside of your spectator's closed hands. That sounds pretty awesome and very magical. This is all inspired by another trick that was created by a gentleman named Adam Grace. Okay, so a couple questions we always get about all of our magic reviews, and the first of which is, what's in the box? What's in the box? You're basically getting the device, right? You're getting the gimmick and some adapters for the gimmick, and then you're getting the download code. The video itself is 45 minutes long. Is it what I thought? It's absolutely what I thought. In fact, it was absolutely what I thought before I read the ad copy. Like when I saw the video, I said, oh, it must be this. And then when you read the ad copy, they tell you exactly what it is. I have the ad copy right here, okay? Ad copy, this is what it says. Absolute Zero is a pocket-sized liquid nitrogen pressure container made with precise inner pressure point calculation. When triggered, the concentrated liquid will go through a reserved valve that is designed to release the liquid nitrogen in liquid form. They tell you exactly what it is. That is what you are getting. How are the angles? The angles are sensitive. It is an angle-sensitive prop, and it is not a small prop. It is not a hidden, small, tiny prop. This is a thing that you will kind of keep in tenkai palm and try very hard to keep away from your spectators. This is a everybody's standing and stage performance is low and everyone around you surrounded looking down, okay? You don't want anybody at your hand level or below. Probably don't want people behind you, okay? This is a very angle sensitive gimmick. Can it be inspected? Really what you're doing is you're ringing in and you're ditching, okay? You're ringing in and ditching, so there shouldn't be anything to inspect. What's the overall quality and production value of the video? SansMinds makes great videos. They really do. And really with this, you're getting live performances from Jason. The whole video is taught by Will Tsai, which is new for me. I've never seen Will Tsai teach. And he's doing that mostly in the same room / environment, taking you through the entire presentation. So there's not a lot of change going up. It's a very soft melody background and a black room, which is typical of SansMinds. And then you're getting a version at the end, a little tiny teaching lesson at the end with Herman, and he teaches you a simplified way to do this, which they call a hack. How much practice does this require? It is going to require some practice, both in finding the right setting, learning your angles, finding your timing, and aiming, okay? All of that has to come together, and really, this is going to be a tough one to practice. This isn't one you can like practice in theory. You really have to do it. And so the trick itself requires refills. So even through your practice, you might go through your refills and you will have to make additional purchases to keep this going. You'll probably have to practice it on someone who knows how it's done. So you'll have to practice it on a brother or a sister or a mom or a dad or a wife or a spouse until you get this down, until they can say, oh yeah, okay, this is it. This is that you've got the right method down. And then even on top of that, you're going to have to find the right environment. This cannot be a quiet space. This gimmick makes noise, okay? And this will go into my negatives. This thing makes noise. You have to be aware of that, and it's all wrapped up in your angles and your practice. How much setup and reset is there? There's pretty much a one-time setup, okay? And that could include the initial setup, or it could include the hack that they teach at the end. And I would argue, do the hack. I mean, even though they say it's a simplified version, do it. I think it's gonna work way better if you do the hack. But then other than that, you know, it's just ditching and ringing in. It's not a difficult thing to get rid of. Positives. All right, so what are the positives to Absolute Zero? Absolute Zero gives you superhuman powers without having to get bit by a spider or survive a nuclear blast. This is perfect for the shock and awe magician. Negatives. All right, so what are the negatives? You know, like we say around here, there's negatives to everything. These are just the negatives that I see. They don't have to be the negatives that you see. It's big. This is a big gimmick. Big gimmick. If you're one of those people that are like, I can't palm a poker-sized card, you might not like this gimmick, okay? Right off the bat. If that's you and you have trouble palming a poker-sized card, you might not like this gimmick, okay? A, it's big. B, it makes noise. I said at the beginning, this is a pressure container that's squeezing out liquid nitrogen, okay? So like if you've ever sprayed an aerosol can, that's what it's gonna sound like when you do the magic. So you just have to find a way to cover that. Some magicians have said that, that what they do is they cup their hands and they blow really hard to create the effect that you're kind of like a wizard. You're breathing out cold air, kind of like the way Superman does, and that your breath, that breathing, and the cupped hands makes the echo and reduces that noise factor. But just so that you're aware going into this, gimmick is big. Gimmick makes noise. Is it worth your money? It's $85, $85 for pretty much a secret utility James Bond / device. So a lot of time and effort went into this. It wasn't something that they just came up with simply. This prototype is very well made. They went through 10 different prototypes. Each one of those prototypes took months to work on, months of testing. So there was a lot going into this. So I think it's worth your money. I think if you have Blossom, which is another Will Tsai SansMinds effect, I reviewed this a while back. Blossom is the fork bend that you can do on stage. This will work with Blossom. So if you're already doing a fork bend or something that also uses the liquid nitrogen pressure container, this will work with that. So you can think of this as maybe a trick that'll help another trick if you're doing that trick. But yeah, check out the Blossom trailer and maybe you can purchase these two things together. All right, so who would like this? Like I said, shock and awe magicians, people that maybe do street magic, people that kind of want that extra bam, that like woo, I have superpowers. So yeah, just read the description, watch the trailers, read a lot of the reviews, and see if this works for you. All right, so that is my review of Absolute Zero from Will and Adam Tsai and the SansMinds Creative Labs. As always, I want to thank Murphy's Magic for allowing me to have this trick so that I could do the review for you. And if you would like to purchase this for yourself, you can find it from your very favorite Murphy's Magic retailer. Thanks, bye.